This is the book of 2nd Ezra 16 and 40. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to do thy battle. And in those evils be as pilgrims upon earth. Brakadiawa, Brakadiawa Shai, Brakadiawa, Brakadiawa Shai, Brakadiawa, Brakadiawa Shai, Kala Lalyamna, Alahayanawa, Yahabashim Yao Shai, Bashim Rakakadash, that belongs apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect across the four winds to you. I salute. Yeah, I want to get in a brief article of what's going on over here in 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 the Bahamas surrounding this maxinne, because you can't really say the V word. You're getting flagged now for these videos if you use that term, right? But nevertheless, this how we have to be in time to come, because based on you know something that just come in on of what our health minister stated. These the times we're coming into, and a they want, but basically the article saying, but 50 to 80% of the population have to get vaccinated. Okay, so what I mean. What's gonna happen is that you know the times are coming. If you don't want to be a part of this system, well, you know we know the people who aren't going to take us as the elect. That's who ain't gonna take this vaccine. And if you want to be a part of this system, like these 2/3 people, they got to get vaccinated. All right, that's this what it is coming to. But I want to get in the article because we're coming in some serious time, and we got to get more detached in this world. Like I always say, what I mean, because that's how we have to be, and in those evils be as pilgrims upon the earth. Bad time. All right, the bad times are coming on this planet Earth. All right, like my our prime minister said. Let me play this again. Aim from occurring. That the coming winter will be a disaster. Will be a dark winter. Will be a dark winter. All right, it's gonna be that way. But nevertheless, let me get into this quick article. All right, it says just in Minister of Health 8 minutes ago, Wenwood Wells has announced, this our health minister, the global availability of a COVID-19 vaccine is forecast for the second quarter of 2021. All right, 2020 was done a serious year. Prophecies was jumping off the pages, you know, still is. All right, he said studies suggest, watch this, studies suggests between 50% to 80% of any population needs to be evacuated for herd immunity to be effective. It says, he said, study suggests between 50% to 80% of any population needs to be vaccinated for herd immunity to be effective. So in order for, you know, for this basically, for this thing to work, a lot of people got to get vaccinated. Let's go into the word herd immunity. It says herd immunity is a form of indirect protection from infectious disease that occurs when a sufficient percentage of a population has become immune to an infection, whether through vaccination or previous infections, thereby reducing the likelihood of infection for individuals for individuals who lack immunity. Okay, so the herd immunity, that's a serious thing, right? In order for this to work, basically, you know, for the herd immunity to be effective, everybody has to be vaccinated. It said he noted that the most effective tool in the fight against COVID was the implementation of restrictive measures, meaning lockdowns. Okay, measures such as curfews have been most effective on the islands of Ilutra, Exoma, Abago, and New Providence, he said. All right, but the main point here, you know, 50% to 80% of any population needs to be vaccinated for herd immunity to be effective. You see that shit? All right. Now that's studies, right? That's a bunch of shit. Okay. Vaccine takes up to 8 to 12 years. All right. To be approved. How you get it within a year? All right. Nanotechnology and shit. You know, these people will want normalcy, okay? They can settle for this shit. And what's gonna happen if they's gonna take the vaccine. So, as for me and the other brothers, we ain't taking no vaccine, at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's gonna come down to the point being mandatory. It will, because it says studies say suggest between 50% and to 80% of any population needs to be vaccinated or for herd immunity to be effective. So, hey, as you see it, you got to be a pilgrims on this planet because what's coming is that mandatory. Mandatory is it's gonna be mandatory. Okay, it's gonna be made mandatory. So when you think about it, we ain't ignorant of this devices because when they go by studies, it's something what Esau came up with. It's studies, right? Okay. It says the devotion of time and attention to gaining knowledge of an academic subject, especially by means of book. All right, but we know what studies means, right? Okay, Esau's theory of what he thinks. All right, that's Esau. Okay, 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We ain't ignorant of the plot you got against us. All right, the Negroes, Latinos, you Native Americans. All right, through Bill Gates, because he's behind all of this. This whole power, this whole alliance with Powell, and the other I forget it's another they our minister in partnership with Powell, and this is another vaccine alliance company. All right, they want to get everybody vaccine, put nano bots in you. It's all about nanotechnology for control. All right, that's what this is all about. Okay, so it's gonna come a time whereby it's gonna be mandatory, and we got to be as pilgrims on this planet Earth because this time is coming more than now. So that's from our health minister just came out. All right, he said, you know, he said studies between 50% to 80% of any population needs to be vaccinated. So it's coming. I just want to bring that out to spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bashem Makakadash, Shalom.